is good, y'all? It's your boy JJ Dude, and we have our ranking of Disventure Camp. Now, of course, anything can happen here. I'm not gonna lie to you because there's 3 to 4 characters that I think I might swap within that 14th, 18th spot because it can go anywhere. It can go either way with it. Like, there's 3 people I could say that y'all could probably understand for. Me thinking about it, I think if I want to put someone at an 18th spot, I honestly, low key, I probably want to say, and I don't hate none of these characters in particular. Well, not like I would, but if I have to pick a spot or someone to be at 18th spot, I'll more likely have to say between. It's going to have to be probably Diego, or I might put it with Marissa. So it can go either way, and I might have, and someone else is going to be up there too. It's going to be like some of y'all will be like, "Huh? I like the character a lot. Why are you at this?" But hey, it'll probably go here. But what I'll do is I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna put Diego first on the 18th spot. Now, don't get me wrong, he does do a little bit. He does do a little bit and stuff. You know, with that whole dynamic with Spencer and stuff. It's okay, it's cool, and they get, together and all stuff probably a little bit later down the line, so they get their time, their space and all stuff. And I get that, but I didn't really care for Diego that much. But I just don't hate him or over hate him a lot like other people do. That's just me though. But now 17, now we have Marissa though. 100%, I think it's Marissa. Now, here's my thing. Marissa was okay in the beginning, but I think when she just becomes Anastasia's just girlfriend or whatever, it just feels like because it doesn't feel like she has her own character really. It doesn't feel like it. Excuse me. And I know some people are gonna be confused about why I don't think she's really high and stuff. Like maybe if she wasn't just Anastasia's girlfriend the entire way through, because like she got eliminated. I think that's where it should stay at, and if it stayed like that, I think I would have put her up a little higher on the list, like maybe wherever I put a certain other person in. I'll let y'all know when, but and it could have went from there. But it just felt like she just honestly, girlfriend the entire time, didn't have much going on, and it was just kind of it was just kind of poop at that point. So I think the writing was a little on that account. Now the next person. Now I know a lot of people are going to be either really mad or really disappointed, but Ted will be our 16th spot. I think we all know the reason why. I don't think I have to explain why, sadly. It's the fact that he really didn't do that much at all. He was a strategist, but he didn't do too much. And I feel like that's on the writers on that. They could have made him a strategic guy out there that actually could have cooked up a little further in the game, but they kind of did him dirty. So what can I say though? They just did him dirty. But in all regards, that's just I feel bad for Ted though, but he has to be at that 16th spot for a reason. Now, our 15th spot goes between 2 different people, but we're going to go ahead and put Alessio up here. And of course, Alessio is a great character in his own rights. It took a little long for us to figure out what he was, and then we realized, he's like a musician, but wants to be an artist and stuff, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I like it, you know what I'm saying? And he's actually an okay character I'm a little bit fond with, but you know what I'm saying? It was a little bit too late, in my opinion. But I actually like him. He's pretty cool, though. He's cool, though. Now, 13th spot can go to a few people here, but I know it's going to be really iffy if I do this. But if I have to pick one out of this bunch right here, I'm probably going to pick between 2 characters, which let's go ahead and I might put, yeah, we're going to get Richard and grab him here. Now, of course, I didn't think he would make it as far as he did, but I'm not as mad. The only thing I'm like a little about with Richard is 3 things. One, he knew who Logan Bell was. I thought he would have at least mentioned that like a little earlier to other people so that they thought he was a big threat and get rid of him. Whether he was in 3rd place or whether he was in 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever place it could have been. I felt like Richard could have mentioned something about it because of all the flipping that Logan was doing and stuff. I thought he would have done something along those lines, but hey, what do I know? It just is what it is, though. But hey, Richard's still a cool, great character all in all. But yeah, I just didn't care as much about him. But I cared about more than the other people, I'll say. So I think that's fair. The next one, which is Natalia. Natalia will be our 13th spot. Now, let's be honest. She really didn't do as much until way later when Anastasia was the biggest threat out there. Which I think it took so long for her to even cook up. Same with another character in particular, but they might be a little bit higher when it comes down to it, though. But yeah, Natalia, in my opinion, I feel like Natalia is okay-ish, but she could have been a lot better and could have had a little bit more narratively going on with it. So it took her a little bit too long. That's the only reason why I have her up here. Otherwise, she would have probably been a little bit lower. If she was kind of eliminated really early, I probably would have put her a little bit, probably around where Diego's at, if she got eliminated really quickly. But she did have time. It's the fact that she just took way too long to do it all and stuff. The next character is, I want to say, my bad, Linda here. Now, I know Linda's a great character, and don't get me wrong, I even say that she's like a low A tier character on my thing. But, like I said, she got rid of Marissa. That was a good thing. But then it kind of meant nothing because straight up Marissa won their challenge. So, I mean, it kind of just messes up her ranking a little bit. Because now that's what I'm talking about. The writing be iffy sometimes. Because I'm like, bro, I want to cook up with this. And then, yeah, they let Linda just go out there and do that, get rid of Marissa, which is amazing. But then, yeah, got kicked out the boat because with Anastasia. And if you want to say Anastasia has plot armor, that's fine. But hey, it is what it is. Now, the next character, I think y'all are going to expect. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, Logan. Let's get out the way. Now, of course, y'all look at it and put him really low. But let's be honest, and Logan was a winner, so I'm not being biased or nothing. But let's be honest, Logan was a great character into the beginning to middle-ish way with it. I think his character got kind of like derailed. I think the moment I want to say when it was like when Logan kept doing some crazy heinous stuff and then was out there mad at Spencer for doing those things, but yet he's doing the exact same things and flipping worse than Spencer. That was my problem with Logan. Logan probably shouldn't be complaining about that. If Logan was complaining about that, I think honestly I would have put him right here. I probably would have put him at second, if not fifth place. I'd probably put him around there if he didn't complain about people doing that. But he did, and then yeah. It just really didn't feel like he had nothing bad happen to him. It just felt like, oh yeah, he's cool. Yeah, this is him do what he wanted to do when the whole thing. Like if he was in third place, I think I would even gave it around him at a second to fifth place still. But it's just, it didn't feel like it really mattered much. That's just me. Now the next character that's gonna be up here is Anastasia, and this is gonna probably upset people because it can go either way here. It can go either way. Logan can I don't even mind Logan switching to Anastasia at this point. But as much as Anastasia has plot armor, let's keep it a buck. Anastasia had some plot armor. People talk about Spencer had plot armor. Anastasia had that plot armor. Let's keep it a buck and stuff. She got away with a lot of stuff, but she was a great competitor though. Still, like she was like the drama girl, like stuff. But I think Marissa just kind of made her this little. But regardless, Anastasia I think is a great character. Just they kind of made her a little bit with too much plot armor and all stuff. And hopefully, whenever this Adventure Camp season 5 happens, they'll change that up a little bit. Hopefully, she don't get no crazy plot armor because if she does, oh brother, that's terrible. But yeah, hopefully they get rid of her quick whenever that comes down to that. But yeah, it's just Anastasia was just a little to me, but she's still a cool character. Just it was just a little for me. Now we have that done. Now we have the ninth person. And it can go between 2-3 people for me, and I'll keep that a buck. Now it can go between a certain robbed man, which let's go ahead. Let's just uh, I guess it can go between two other people. But we'll bring that up later. But yeah, for right now, let's go ahead and bring Zayd. And I know it's great. Look, I love Zayd. I think Zayd's one of my favorite characters. He one is one of my favorite characters with the whole Reagan thing. But it's just the fact that he got robbed a lot and stuff. He just got 100 robbed, which I can't blame him. It's just like how it happened with Gret. But yeah, he got robbed because literally Anastasia didn't even want to help out and listen to Logan. That was my main problem with that whole thing. Is that they did him dirty, which the writing could have been a lot better with that. Let's keep it about the writing could have been a lot better for Zayd because Zayd just got robbed. And people are like, oh yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. He cut the koalas up. And I'm like, brother, he didn't know nothing about the koalas really later. He just went out there and did his job and cooked. That's like if I came out there and you go supposed to be a teacher, right? And they say, oh, how dare you teach my son fractions? Like that was it. That was their job. They were supposed to teach that stuff. If they didn't teach that stuff, you're cooked. Especially in the real world, you're gonna have to know them about them fractions. But yeah, that's the point though. But yeah, Zayd up here, we already know why, but it just is what it is. Now, this one can go either way, but I'm probably going to go ahead and I'm going to put Hannah around here, or I might put her around that. Actually, I'm thinking about this, y'all, because I think it's either her or the other girl. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Boom. All right, we're gonna put Jade here. We're gonna put Jade here at the eighth spot. Now it can go between her and Hannah. The reason why I have Jade up here is honestly because even though yes, she was top two, you know she had her moments and stuff. I mean, and she did had a little thing with Benji, talking to him, getting to know him, and then the dynamic with Spencer and stuff, and it goes all over this a lot. I do think that they could have done a lot with her a little bit better as well. Because they say, oh, yeah, she got all this social thing. She knows about a lot of people because she listened and stuff. And I'm like, you could have showed that a little bit more in the whole game. You could have showed that a little more. Because, I mean, Benji supposedly sees it and stuff, but she could have went out there and had communication with other people like that. And don't even say, oh, because Anastasia talked to her and talked about some sea turtles. It didn't, that don't really mean that much to me. I'm just keeping it about. It didn't really mean that much to me. But she could do a little bit more better with justice with that one. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. But she's still a great character. Don't get that twisted, though. She's still a great character. But hey, it is what it is. Now, the next one being that of. Let's go ahead and actually say Ivy here, actually. I want to say Ivy here. Now, don't get wrong. I love Ivy. I love me some Ivy. It took me a little long to get Ivy's character because I think I didn't like her the moment it hit when she was talking to Benji, talking about it was a stick, and I'm like, bro, brother, don't do my boy Benji like that. On that, and then on top of that, then it was the singing competition where she literally all she had to do was just zip it. That's all she had to do was just zip it for a second, and she would have just won. Kept talking. Guess what? They couldn't eat nothing to eat, and she was out there crying. Good thing we had Zayd to help her out though, even though that happened. But and the whole flipping thing with the whole, oh yeah, let's let Spencer get out so he can get out of this thing type of thing. But that's the point. But what I will say is this though, that Ivy's still a great character, great person in general, and way better than Rhea. And I can say at least we can all safely say that. Then the next person, which is Hannah. Hannah will be our sixth place right here, right? Yeah, our sixth place. And of course, I think that she was a great character in the beginning. Just I think a lot of people don't think that she was all that amazing because, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, the Hannah curse and stuff. And it can get annoying with the Hannah curse. I understand. Look, trust me. I was the main one that was annoyed by it. I was like, oh brother, here we go again. Like, look, if I want backstory no jutsu, guess what? I'd go to Naruto. At least he could go out there do it, and he'll have the tree up there too. Actually, anytime I just see Hannah on the screen when she kept complaining about it, I just kept thinking about that Naruto thing, and then have that Naruto theme out there. That just sitting down there, just like thinking up, looking up in the head. Just every time you hear Hannah just complain about losing her friends, that's how it feels. I understand that, but she still was an okay, great character in her own rights, though. And I do think how she got eliminated was the best. I think out of everyone, other than Alessio, because Alessio being eliminated makes more sense. Because I think her being eliminated at fourth was the best thing out there for the show. And I will admit that, even though you would have had a Disney ending, but that's the point with that. But I still think that, a few other characters could have went up there to the attorney thing that wasn't, Marissa in that thing. But hey, I still think Hannah was the best position out there to be eliminated, other from maybe, him. But that's the point. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to come back to it because yeah, if y'all forgot, yeah, my other thing did not voice any of the other things after the fifth thing. So I'm gonna do this all over again. I'll explain how I feel about the season 1, 2, 3, and 4 on my own time. But yeah, the whole gross thing, maybe forget that my thing was on mute for some reason. So yeah, I have to do this all over. So let's ball with this. So we have fifth through that place and then go from there. You can go either way with it though. So it could go either way with this character wise, but I think our fifth pick might honestly, no cap, I might put Amelie up here. And who the heck sent me a text? Oh, I'll answer that later. But yeah, fifth being that of Amelie. I think Amelie is a great character in particular. I don't think she's the best at everything, but I do think she's like a top five pick, if not top six. It could have been switched out with Ivy or Hannah or any of them. It could have went either way. But I just like Amelie a little bit more. I mean, she played the game good. I mean, she did get eliminated like second elimination and stuff, but she's still a great character, and I like that she tried to help out Hannah in the best way that she could. I will say that at the very least. Now, fourth being, it can go either way here, but I will, as much as I love him as a character, I'm gonna have to say Benji. I'm gonna have to say Benji. And don't get me wrong, Benji's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? He's my goat. You know what I'm saying? But I can't be too biased though, because there's other character in particular I like a lot more than him. I guess character wise. So, but hey, Benji, my dog though. He definitely a top guy though. But top four, that's why I got him at though. And he did help Jade out somewhat to be her own self. But hey, I mean, hey, she wanted to be her own, fight by her own game moves. What can I say? Now three, it's gonna go to Spencer. It's gonna go to Spencer. The reason I'm gonna let it be Spencer that goes up here is honestly at third because I think he was one of the best villains out here. And no, I don't consider Isabella a villain. Isabella's not really a villain. She's more like a, I don't know what to call Isabella. Isabella's like, she's technically just trying to make good choices, but she kind of missed up on one other choice. That's kind of it. And then jury happened. So that's what I could say about that. But Spencer is a great character. I mean, he had great dramas, all that stuff. The only thing that he had bad was social gameplay. If he had the great social gameplay, I promise you, he would have went out there and dominated and went up way farther than he probably would have. And if he actually stick with Jade and help Jade out, actually, and not try to the altercations, actually tried to listen to Jade, he probably would have went far. That's all I can say about that. Okay, now it's between these two, and I love both of them. I love them both a lot. I like them as much as I like Benji. They're both golden. But what I will do is I'm going to give it to Tristan for second place. I'm giving Tristan for second place. The reason why, I mean, as much as I think a lot of people like Tristan. I think everyone about in their mama like Tristan about this point. In my opinion, that I've at least seen or know of, a lot of people like some Tristan. A lot of people. So I think Tristan was a great social game. But I think he would got eliminated, a little later on with that thing. But he's still a great character. Ive's a great character. A lot of people are great characters in particular. So we can all agree with that. Go from there. I could probably name a lot of things that Tristan's great at and stuff. But other than that, I mean, hey, it is each to his own. And Isabel being my top one, number one pick because it's Isabel. I mean, other from the glazing that she's doing for Jade, look, she's a great character. The only thing that, like I said, she messed up on was literally trying to go out there and not get rid of Anastasia when she could have got rid of him. That's my main issue with Isabel. Other than that, the best character out there in the whole show. Has great amount of drama, knows kind of how to play it right, and only got eliminated because of jury, which is crazy to me. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, y'all, that's it for this one. When I show my other one, because sadly my other one got messed up too, y'all just see part of it of what it would have been originally.